Hi everyone, Becky here from Notes from the Sewing Room. Thank you for tuning in today. My channel is all about my sewing, dressmaking and craft adventures. So if that's something that interests you, please do stick around and check out some of my other videos. Now today's video is all about a collaboration I'm doing with Laura from the Specky Seamstress channel. So this is our first ever collaboration project together. I'm really excited about it, so I hope you enjoy watching. Now, August is a really exciting month for me, really. It's not too long until my baby arrives. My baby's due next month in September. I'm currently 32 weeks pregnant when I'm filming this video, and if anyone's interested today, I am actually wearing one of my Alex shirt dresses by Sew Over It. So if I just stand up, you'll be able to see it a little bit more. This is a recent one that I made out of a beautiful cotton lawn fabric. So I know some of you do like to know what I'm wearing, so I just thought I'd mention that first of all. So the collaboration project with Laura from the Specky Seamstress is an amazing idea that we had to come together to basically choose each other a pattern to sew.
Hi guys, my name's Laura and I'm the Specky Seamstress. I hope you really enjoy the pattern that I picked out for Becky for this collaboration, because it was such a fun little challenge to do. We've all got those patterns in our stash that have been there a little bit too long and haven't quite got made up, but maybe we don't think about it as much as the fabric we've got in our stash. So hopefully this inspires you to pick up some patterns that you haven't yet sewn and give them a go. I hope after you've watched Becky's video you head over to my channel and see what pattern she's picked out for me to sew, and yeah, enjoy the video and the collaboration. Thanks so much for taking part in this collaboration, Becky. I'm looking forward to working with you again. Bye.
So I sent Laura a little list of 4 or 5 different patterns from my stash that I've had in there for ages and for no particular reason I've not actually sewn them, and likewise Laura did the same for me. So I chose a pattern for Laura to make and Laura chose a pattern for me to make. So Laura has made the Fraser sweatshirt by Sewaholic Patterns. It's a pattern that I absolutely love, so I was really keen for Laura to try that one out as well. So if you when you've watched this video, head over to Laura's channel and then you can find out how she got on with her project. But Laura chose for me the Tilly and the Buttons Mitty skirt. So this is a pattern that I've had in my stash for, I can't even tell you how long, absolutely ages. As I said, I seem to have said the word ages quite a lot, so apologies about that. But I've been inspired to make this pattern recently by a number of different pictures that I've seen on Instagram. I know that Karen from So Little Time has actually made this a few times and I think she's really enjoyed it, so that she was one of the people that inspired me to make it. So when Laura chose the pattern for me, I was over the moon really. So I've really enjoyed making the pattern. But if you're unfamiliar with it, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it, and then I'll go on to how I actually got on with my make. So if you're unfamiliar with this pattern, I think this is one of the first patterns that Tilly and the Buttons actually came out with, and it's basically, it says on the back of the pattern pack, a gently flared wrap-around skirt that ties at the front in a bow. Now if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I love a large bow. So as you can see, I've got a bow on my dress today, and any excuse for a bow, I love it. So that was right up my street with this one. Now the skirt has a wide wrap-around overlap at the back. So it says here, no danger of flashing, which is one of the things that I'm always worried about, if I'm honest, with kind of wraparound things. And there's also an option of stitching on patch pockets to the front. It says here that it's simple to sew and there's no fiddly zips, buttonholes or darts or anything like that. So I can absolutely tell you that that is true. There is no buttonholes or fiddly bits or anything like that. And I decided to do the pockets on my version. In terms of the sizing and the body measurements, so this in Tilly sizes goes from a size 1 to a size 8. If you're a size 1, then that's a hip measurement of 33 inches, and if you are a size 8, then that goes up to a 47-inch hip. That's the body measurements, not the final garment measurements. I actually usually go with the final garment measurements, but I decided to go for the size 4 on this pattern because I wanted it to fit me at the moment when I'm pregnant, but I also wanted it to fit me afterwards as well. And I think pretty much because it fits me on the higher waist, I think I will be able to wear it after I'm pregnant as well, which is great. And then it's got the lovely flared skirt, so the skirt will probably just look slightly more flared when I don't have my bump anymore. So the size 4, according to the body measurements, is a 30-inch waist and a 39-inch hip, which is not quite my measurements, but thereabouts. Usually I would have a little bit of a smaller waist and my hips are slightly bigger, but because it is a flared skirt, I didn't think it really mattered. And I was absolutely right to go for the size 4 because it fits perfectly. So in terms of the fabric supplies that you'll need, I used 2 meters of 60-inch wide fabric, and I just had enough because I went for the pocket version. I think if you were to make a version without the pocket, you perhaps wouldn't need quite as much fabric, but obviously it depends how wide your fabric is and perhaps if your fabric's got a directional print or anything like that. I decided to make my project out of a denim chambray fabric that I picked up from Crafty Sew & Sew online. So let me show you my project so I can tell you how I got on with it. It did probably take me longer than I thought to actually sew up this project. It is, like I say, very, very straightforward, but I don't know if I was just having a bit of a, a slower sewing day when I actually made this up. I say sewing day, I actually made it in kind of chunks, so I did sort of 20 minutes here, half an hour there, that kind of thing. So I can't really tell you exactly how long it took me to make, but I think certainly if I was to make it again, I usually find that second time round with the pattern, it is slightly quicker. And I think it would be quicker if you decided not to include the patch pocket as well. But like I said, I did include it, so that meant a little bit of extra ironing and that kind of thing. So if I just hold this up so you can see it, I am going to try and put on a little bit of video at the side as well, so you can see me wearing the skirt and also some photographs as well. But it's got this lovely bow at the front here. If I just hold it up to me, actually, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So yeah, so it sits on the upper waist, and I've got this lovely bow at the front, but you could also tie it to the side if you wanted to. And then it's got this lovely patch pocket on the front here. The pockets are absolutely massive, so if you want to put your hands in them like this. I wouldn't say that the pockets are too deep. Well, they are and they aren't. I think I wore this skirt to go to the park the other day when I was taking my dog Bentley out for a walk. I put my keys in the front and I was worried when I was walking that they were gonna fall out. But yeah, it's got this lovely kind of flared skirt. It's really, really nice, and the wraparound is, loads at the back really, so you don't have to worry about any flashing or anything like that. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. Using a plain fabric I thought was a bit different for me because I often decide to go for a printed fabric, which I love, don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes to have a plain skirt in your wardrobe is actually really, really helpful because it means that you can just wear it with anything. I've got a range of different Tilly and the Buttons Agnes tops or Cocoa tops and things like that. Put them together with the skirt and it will just be perfect really. So I'm really, really happy with the way that it all came together. It's got a genius kind of fastening type bit at the side, I thought, as well. So you don't have to do any buttonholes, but the kind of the closure to kind of feed through the bow kind of belt goes through this kind of side section that's really cleverly sewn up. But it's so simple, and Tilly and the Buttons patterns are all the same. They talk you through step by step all the different things that you need to do along the way, so you really feel like your hand is being held through the whole project. I'm really pleased with the skirt, and I'm sure that I will decide to make this again. I think you could have loads of fun with not only the type of fabric that you use for this, but you could also do quite a lot of top stitching as well if you wanted to. I did top stitch my project, but I did go for a very similar colour thread, which I know is a little bit boring, but perhaps if I made it up again in the future in a denim, I might go for, say, a bright yellow thread or something like that. It was just because it was the first time I'd made this skirt that I just wanted to play it a little bit safe and see how it was going to work out with the top stitching that I've done. Plus, if I'm honest, I'm not that great at doing top stitching, and sometimes it can go a little bit wonky. So, But for this project, I think it was all fine. But the fabric was lovely. A chambray worked really, really well for this project. It's not too light and it's not too heavy. I think you probably would want to go for some kind of mid-weight fabric. Now, in terms of the fabric that the pattern suggests to use, it says medium weight denim, linen or cotton. Nothing too thick or heavy, as you need to be able to slide the waist tie through the opening at the side seam, and that's the one that I just mentioned before. So yeah, I would say like a cotton poplin or, you know, like I say, a chambray. Maybe even a very lightweight needle cord might work well for this project, but I'm definitely going to make this again. Probably next time I'll go for the non-pocket version, just for something a little bit different. But I've really enjoyed making this pattern, so thanks very much to Laura over at the Specky Seamstress channel for choosing this for me to make. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and finding out how I got on with my project. I've actually got another one coming up later this month with Sally from The Secret Life of the Seamstress, so keep a watch out for that. And then perhaps end of the month, start of September, I'm going to be doing my regular hack off challenge with Adele from Button and Pip. So it's a really, really exciting month for me. So I hope you enjoyed watching all of the different video content that I'm bringing to you here on the channel. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed watching today's video, please do hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for all of my recent subscribers that have joined me here on the channel, and of course to all of you who have been with me for a while as well. I really do appreciate it. If you've got any comments about how you found making this skirt, or any other pattern that you've been making recently, or perhaps a pattern that you think I might enjoy making, then please do leave me a comment below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. But thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you soon. Bye!